go.
Realer than most podcasts. With Corey Thomas. Just here to motivate and give you the real.
Yeah, it's about time, man. It's about that time now. I just want to motivate anybody that's walking towards the ledge right now and they feel like nobody don't understand them, but they feel like they're on the brink of something amazing. And they trying to find their way through, but they can't see it. They can't see the path clearly. I got news for you. The path will never be clear. Just keep walking. Keep moving. And don't get it twisted. Movement is not progression. Movement and progression are different. We can move while standing still, but still not be progressing. When you're progressing, you're moving forward. So that's why I say movement isn't progressing, because you can walk in place and be moving. So don't be a mover, be a progressor. That's what we're striving for. Like I say, I'm here to motivate that person that's ready to jump but hasn't leapt yet. Go ahead and leap. Go ahead and leap. Because mistakes are beautiful. And what I mean by that is, when you make a mistake, you learn from it. When you make a mistake, you don't do it again. That's the best teacher ever. I'm on the brink of a few things myself, and I'm going through, I don't want to say trying times. I'm going through a filler out process. I'm trying to feel myself out, see what I'm really about. I'm consistently doing that. I'm consistently putting myself in an uncomfortable position because it makes me grow. It helps me grow. It makes my mind expand. I don't want to be comfortable. I don't. Right now, I'm currently working jobs to get to where I want to be one day, but it's all temporary. If you're a boss, you'll be a boss. If you're a worker, you'll be a worker. It's that simple. Me, I'm a boss. Sometimes you got to work before you become the boss. It's a process. I'm cool with the process, though. I'm cool with it. I will stick to the process. Nobody can tell me anything different. I'm a boss. I'm Corey Thomas. I done already had an amazing journey thus far. Let me give you some insight on that. I was drafted in the 13th round by the Baltimore Orioles coming straight out of high school. I went to Middleton High School. That was a big win, big plus. I mean, I knew I would get there one day. I ended up staying in the league for about 5 years, and I ended up getting let go by the Orioles. And that was a defining moment for me, because it wasn't one that crushed me, though I was hurt. I'm not going to lie. I cried. Came home talking to my dad, like, what's going on? I don't understand, because I was still performing fairly well. It came out of nowhere. When something come out of nowhere, it hits you in a different type of way. When you had no idea it was gonna happen. So they called me in one day, set me down. It was a guy named Smitty. He set me down. He was a pitching instructor at the time, and he was just like, Mr. Thomas, I'm sorry to tell you this, but we're gonna have to let you go. And in that moment, my heart dropped. My heart dropped, and I didn't know what to think about. I was hurt. I wanted to cry, but tears wouldn't run down my face. I don't know if I was too angry or what it was. I was seriously hurt, though, because I had been playing the sport since I was 4 years old, and I was just used to thriving at it. So me being let go by an organization was like, it was non-existent. Like, it couldn't happen. Like, I thought I would get hurt or something before that would happen. But it happened. And to be honest with you, it's the best thing that ever happened to me. And what I mean by that is, yes, I love the game. I love to play to the day. I love to play. I love to coach. I love to teach the game, because that's what I do. But it showed me that there was more to life than just baseball. Because up until that point in my life, my eyes were closed, and that's all I was focusing on. But once I came home, I realized I was more than baseball. And then I made a vow to myself, I won't let baseball make nor break me. I started going to school, went and got my CDL, linked up with a lot of like-minded guys. And the rest is pretty much history. I started experiencing success, got married, kids, on our second home now, got cars. And this ain't nothing. This ain't flaunting. I'm just telling you this because, you can have this. I was at a very low point when I came home from playing ball because, like I say, this was my life's goal, my life's mission. I believed I was put here to be a professional baseball player. I feel very passionate about my athletics. Because I was raised by a man who instilled that in me. He raised me based on sports. Like, that was his way. That's what he knew. He knew sports, so that's what he gave to me, and I'm forever grateful for that. But lesson of the day: sometimes the thing that we want the most and the thing that we're striving for, it's the best thing that never happened to us. Oftentimes that's the case. It's the best thing that never happened. Because I can't lie to you today. Had I went on, became this big famous athlete, like, I wouldn't have none of the skills I have today. I wouldn't know how to drive a tractor trailer. My people skills wouldn't be the way that they are. I wouldn't be as humble. I wouldn't be the same person. I could be cocky, but that ain't the case today. I'm a very humble guy. I'm a very grateful guy. I understand that I'm blessed. Every day I wake up, I'm blessed. But like I say, lesson of today is sometimes that thing that we want the most is oftentimes the best thing that never happened. We don't see it at the time while we're going for it. But later on, it hits us and it's like, man, we start thinking, what if things would have went that way? Would my life look the way it looked today? No. Would I have 2 beautiful kids? No. Would I have a beautiful wife? No. That would not be the case. I wouldn't even be as hungry as I am today. Today I'm hungry. I'm hungry, not in the sense of I'm not eating, but in the sense of I'm just hungry for knowledge, and I just want to learn everything. I want to learn everything I can possibly learn. Because people who learn live longer. That's a known fact. When you stop learning, you die. The more you learn, the more you live. And it goes hand in hand. Learning and living. It's a beautiful thing. So I want you to think about that thing that you want the most in this world. That thing you want the most. And then think about the outcomes of that thing. Think about you accomplishing that thing. You getting it. Now I want you to think about everything outside that thing. You got this thing. Now I want you to think about family. I want you to think about friends. I want you to think about what that picture looks like. And then I want you to think about what that thing, what is done to you, what it's doing to you. Is it making you a better person or not? In my situation, like I said, it was the best thing that never happened to me. Because it allowed me to build strong relationships. It allowed me to be hungry in different areas of my life. Me not thriving in that area allowed me to basically just learn a lot more than I ever would have learned had my life turned out differently. And I'm grateful for that. All of our stories is already written. Our Lord Savior, he knows this. That's why when we make our plans, he's up there smiling at us because a lot of the times it's not going to go that way. It's just not, we're men. we have no idea. Oh yeah, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this. But sometimes things just happen. Sometimes things happen and how are we going to react to it? We don't know. Cause that's not the state that we're in. We have no idea. Like, I hate people that try to tell somebody what to do in a tense situation when they've never been in that situation. So me, for instance, like if you were to come to me with friends and you're telling me about a situation, I'm not going to tell you, oh yeah, bro, go do X, Y, Z, or girl, you should do this, or boy, you should. No, that's not me. Now, what I would do personally is I would rephase that. I would put it to you like this. I would say, if I were in that situation, this is what I would do. Now, after I tell you this, you take from that what you will. You take from that what it is. Whatever you want to do with that after I tell you, you want to do it. But you're not in a situation where you're saying, bro, you told me to do this or you told me to do that. No, I would never do that because that's wrong. We're all individuals for a reason. We all have our own fingerprint, and that's by design. You're supposed to live life like you. I'm supposed to live like me. And that's just understood. But like I say, I will be a friend and give you my advice. If I were in that situation, I would tell you how I believe I would handle it. I can't say it with no certainty because I've never been in that situation. So that's advice right there. Don't ever get advice from somebody who you wouldn't trade places with. So I would never go and ask somebody advice that I wouldn't trade places with. If I wouldn't happily and want and embrace the type of life that you're living, I won't come to you and ask you for advice. I won't. That's a big lesson right there. I don't want you going to ask Joe for relationship advice when Joe has been single for 7 years. And that's no knock on Joe. Just why would you go and ask Joe about relationship advice? He's been single for 7 years. He's not even in a relationship. It just don't make sense. It don't add up. Not to say that single people don't have good advice. I'm just saying, like, that seemed like an unrelatable situation to me. And that was just an example, but we have to learn how to take advice, and we have to learn how to give advice. We're not instructors. Don't instruct anybody to do anything. Hey, you should go do that. No, that sounds like somebody that's seeking glory to me. Like, what you want to say after it works out is, hey, I told you to do that. But what we don't never think about is the other side of that coin. We don't think about the other side of that coin. Now, when it come crashing down in our face, we don't want to, you know, that's a friendship that's probably lost now because you told me to do something and it didn't pan out the way you thought it would. So now me and you at each other's throat. I can't stand you. You can't stand me. No, to avoid all that, you know, don't directly tell anybody, hey, do this or do that. No, that's wrong to me. And that's just my take on it. That's what I believe. It's wrong. But yeah, man, back to the topic. Like I was saying, man, sometimes the best thing is the thing that doesn't happen. It's life. It's life. Sometimes not knowing is a gift. Not knowing is so beautiful. It's exciting. On my journey, that's what it does to me. It excites me. Because I've done some crazy things in my life, but I'm still here. I'm still here. And it makes me laugh. It's a beautiful thing. I thank God for it. On a daily, you know, I try to be the best guy I can be. And that's really it. It's simple, man. I told somebody one day, they were like, you know, why do you think God is going to bless you? And I gave him a very brief explanation. I said, God is going to bless me because I bless his children, you know. I bless God's children. You know, it doesn't bother me at all. Like I'm good to God's children. And by me saying that is I'm good to everybody. Be good to everybody. And God going to be good to you. It's that simple. You want blessings? Then be a blessing. So that's how that process works, man. But like I keep saying, man, sometimes the best thing that happens is that your life don't go the way you plan for it to go. And be a risk taker. You got to take that chance. Think about the generation before you. And I'm thinking about my own. Who took a chance? Everybody getting up, going to work, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But what when it becomes a problem is when you start telling yourself and you start telling folks that you want more, you're going to be more. That's when I feel like it becomes an issue. So if you're telling yourself you want more, and if you're telling other folks you're going to be more, how are you going to do this? By doing ordinary things. You're waking up, going to work, coming home, nothing in between. So how is that going to get you where you want to be? It just don't make sense. People want extraordinary things to happen to them, but they have ordinary hustles. How you gonna have an ordinary hustle and you want an extraordinary life? Once again, it don't make sense. Your hustle gotta match your life. If you ain't hustling like that, then you ain't living like that. And what did you say? You capping. You capping. And for the older folks that don't know what that mean you are telling a lie. You lying. Don't lie to yourself, man. That's one person who you can't lie to. Funny story right now, man. I was talking to my uncle probably about a month ago, and I was emotional. I was in a good place, and I don't know. I'm a very emotional guy, man. I'm a big guy. I'm an emotional guy though. I kind of move off emotion. It was just one day we was at his house. He was working out. We pumping iron. We getting it in, and I don't know, something just hit me. Like, I said, Unc, I'm gonna make it. And it's funny, he looked at me, he said, Neff, yeah, you gonna make it. But what I found funny about that is I ain't even tell him what I was gonna make it in. I just said, Unc, I'm gonna make it. And he said, yeah, Neff, you gonna make it. And that's my Uncle Joe, man. I mean, like I said, he pretty much, he's a major part of my life. I mean, whether I want to admit it or not. I mean, far as working out and getting my mind right and learning how to inside my head just deal with situations when they happening or even before they're happening. Like he told me, he said, Neff, getting back to the story, he said, Neff, you gonna make it. And then he went on to tell me a story that just kind of blew my mind at the time. He was telling me about a time when he was younger and he wanted to do something. And he thought he needed somebody else to do it. And he said he was talking to his partner, and this was back in the day. So he said his partner told him, they was at his partner house. His partner told him, go up the hallway right there, turn left, and then make another immediate left. And you're going to find that guy that you need. So I'm like, man, what did you, I'm like, where's he going with this? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? So he said he did it. This is his partner, somebody he trusts and love. So he did it. He went up the hallway, turned left, turned another left. What he didn't realize was he was walking towards the restroom. And once he made the first left, he entered the restroom. Once he made the second left, he was looking directly at himself in the mirror. He told him, that person you need right there in the mirror, that's who you need. And that was amazing to me, man, just because a lot of the time we sell ourselves short. We don't think we can do it. We limit ourselves and we put other people limitations on us. That's what we do. But we don't have to do that. That ain't something you have to do. You choose to do that. Don't put nobody else limitations on you. Just because they don't think you can do it, don't mean you can't do it. They think they can't do it. Just because you can't do it, don't mean I can't. Confidence is everything, man. I done got far with confidence, just feeling like I can do it. I done played one-on-one games in basketball and beat cats that me personally, I felt like they was better than me, but I was more confident and more hungry. Like when it comes to a skill thing, I think they had better skills than me, but I was just willing to take it further than them. I was willing to take it wherever it went. And if you done ever played a one-on-one basketball game competitively serious, then you know it can really get like that. It can really get like that. I'm talking about heated, physical, trash talk. It can lead to a lot of other stuff. But it's fun when nobody's backing down. It's fun when you have a worthy competitor. It's fun. That's how you know you're a competitor. When you got somebody that ain't backing down from you, that's pushing you the same way you pushing them. See, a lot of people go in the shell, man. That a lot of people ain't used to that kind of stuff. But see, I was raised like that, so it excites me. It excites me to think to myself, who's the better man, you or me? Who gonna pull out this W, you or me? Everything else is everything else. Who's the better man today, you or me? It comes down to will. It comes down to thinking. That's why I say, man, sports are amazing, man. Sports. I could just say thank you, Dad, man, because he introduced me to all that. My dad introduced me to sports, man. Like without him, I wouldn't be the guy I am today. I definitely wouldn't be him. I wouldn't be him, man. Man, I just, like to thank my pops, man. I can't thank him enough for him giving me the vision, the want to, the forward to itness. Like he instilled something in me that I didn't even know he was instilling in me while he was doing it. So he's a very smart man, heck of a motivator. But once again, man, my name Corey Thomas. Like I said, I'm here to motivate and just give you the real. I'm gonna be touching on different topics. Everything's gonna be relatable because I'm one of them real life type people. I like speaking on real life, real events, stuff we all going through, stuff we gonna go through, we done been through. That's just me. That's just me. I'm Corey Thomas, keeping it real, and that's just always what it's gonna be. Once again, thank y'all for listening in, and there's many more to come. Tap in with us. Me and my boy Maul, we gonna hold y'all down. Yes, sir.
Realer than most podcast with Corey Thomas. 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 With Corey Thomas.